Cape Town at the moment. People being cautioned to look out for flying debris. The MMC for Safety and Security for the City of Cape Town, JP Smith, with me on the phone this morning. JP Smith, I imagine you're inside hiding away from the wind. I don't think many people realize just how bad this is at the moment.
So I think, good morning, many people will be forgiven if they woke up this morning and thought they'd accidentally slept for 6 months and woke up in July, because this morning it was, 13, 14 degrees with strong winds and rain. It's winter weather right here in the middle of summer. It's the strangest thing, and we've had 2 days or 3 days of lashing wind with trees showing that they can bend way more than you ever thought possible. We had a lot of damage to roofs, storm damage, large trees felled and other stuff all over the city, but fortunately no deaths or injuries.
Speak to me about the damage so far. We're taking a look at some of the visuals on air, but I'm seeing photos online. It looks like a small hurricane has come through there.
Indeed, we had roofs that were damaged in Presne, in the Boerkaap, in Bonteheuwel, Makiri, in Makassar and in Philippi and in Sea Point. And then a lot of storm-related electricity disruptions with power lines being down by trees or otherwise in Pinelands, Bridgetown, Wynberg, Parow, Richmond Estate, Belleville, Sea Point, Strand, Claremont, Eideveld and Three Anchor Bay, and the electricity teams are working hard to restore all that as quickly as possible. And we had numerous large trees felled in Gordons Bay, in Newlands, in Mowbray, Rylands, and in Bonteheuwel. So all of the city departments have been scrambled to respond to these matters, and staff brought out on overtime or on standby to attend so we can restore services as quickly as possible.
I imagine beyond the rain, if this wind continues for the next few days, it's not exactly high fire season down in that part of the world, but anybody with an open flame could be asking for trouble.
Absolutely. Common sense as always. Hopefully the rain will dampen things down a bit, but it's not a lot of rain. Mainly what we've had is, before that, 2 or 3 days of near heat wave in the high cities with howling wind, and those are prime fire danger conditions. So as always, we ask people, please be responsible with fires. Nature doesn't start fire, humans start fire. And don't leave an unattended fire without human care. Make sure there's somebody watching the fire, whether it's a cooking device or a braai fire or whatever you're doing. Make sure that fire is out, and one irresponsible act can cost many hundreds or even thousands of people their homes, their property, and perhaps their lives. So please be careful. Yeah,
we've seen the damage that fires can cause down in the Western Cape. Any idea, JP, when this weather is going to let up?
No, and the forecast is for it to abate after the weekend. We haven't had this kind of weather in years that I can remember. So I hear a lot of debates for and about climate, and I don't suppose the average politician who isn't a meteorologist and a seasoned expert should comment on weather and other conditions long term. But I can't, in the 20 years that I've been in council, remember the kind of weather we've seen in the last few years. So distinctly different weather patterns lashing this peninsula of ours. But as for this particular spree, scheduled to last through tonight with quite strong wind, very strong wind, in fact, tonight late, and through till tomorrow morning. But then tomorrow will calm down and return to quite civilized conditions.
JP, just before I say goodbye to you, I imagine then there's contact numbers that people in that part of the country need to know about if they find themselves in a sticky situation. Is there a number for an emergency communication centre of sorts?
Absolutely, sir. We pride ourselves on having an extremely capable emergency communication centre, 107 from a landline, or 021-480-7700 from a cell phone, 021-480-7700, and that will get you to every single emergency service, city and provincial. We'll even put you through to SAPS or non-emergency services if need be.
All right, JP Smith, thank you very much. Capetonians, hang on, it's going to be a bumpy evening for you. That number again, in case you missed it, if you're in the Cape area, the Cape Town area, particularly with these extremely high winds, and you find yourself in trouble or you need to report something, JP Smith from City of Cape Town giving us the number 021-480-7700, 021-480-7700. Our team will